What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, actor Alec Baldwin accidentally killed and wounds another on the set of a movie that they were shooting because his prop gun had a loaded round. According to them, it was one bullet inside his prop gun that was a real bullet. That's crazy. Negligence, very ignorant, very negligent, basically, on the person who was responsible for that stuff. They should have. Here's the thing that's crazy. Here's the thing that's real crazy. When I'm listening to this news reporter break this stuff down, they sound so damn stupid breaking this down on numerous of occasions. Let's pay attention to what they saying. I'm talking about like everybody dumb in this situation for the most part. For the most part. Listen at what they saying is just dumb as hell to me. Watch this.
Shot and killed a woman on the set of his upcoming film. Authorities say that actor Alec Baldwin shot and killed a woman on the set of his upcoming film Rust in New Mexico. The woman was the film's cinematographer. The director was also wounded. According to the Stage Actors Union, Baldwin's prop gun contained, quote, a single live round.
Okay, so his prop gun had one single round. Remember that. Why should they go off into the 911 call? Watch this.
Court documents state that before fatal shooting, Alec Baldwin was handed a loaded gun on the film set by a director who wasn't aware it was loaded.
So he was handed a gun, but he was unaware it was loaded by the director. So it's definitely not his fault. The person that needs to really be questioned is the one who handed him the gun.
Fox News Digital has just obtained a 911 call from a script supervisor on the set, and the script supervisor can be heard blaming an assistant director for failing to make sure the prop gun was safe. Here's a part of that call.
Now pay attention to this 911 call. Reason why I keep stopping it, y'all, is because I got to stop it while it's going at times so that I won't get in trouble, because as long as I play and I stop it and I'm explaining and educating, I can use it.
So was it loaded with a real bullet or one? I cannot tell you that.
Okay, now listen at this. Let's pay attention to the lady who's calling. As of now, this is after the shooting take place. So a woman is shot and she's dying, and the director is wounded also. So they call 911. So the 911 operator asks, look at this. Was it loaded with a real bullet? So the script supervisor said, we don't know. I cannot tell you that. But you're calling 911 because somebody just been shot with a prop gun that had a live round in it. So the operator asks him, because you calling that somebody got shot, and she asks, was it loaded with a real bullet? That only lets us know that you had to tell them when you called them somebody is shot and you need help, you need assistance, because somebody been shot. So they asked, was it with a real bullet? And the script supervisor say, we don't know. I cannot tell you that. We have 2 injuries from a movie gunshot. What the hell else would it be? Idiot. Listen.
We have 2 entries from a movie gun shot. Okay, we're getting them out there already. Just stay on the phone with me. Okay. Okay. But this AD that yelled at me at lunch because asking about revisions. Did you see him lean over my table and yell at me?
Okay. Then the script supervisor goes on to say, okay, when a 911 operator say, we're getting them out there already, so just stay on the phone with me. The script supervisor then speaking to somebody in the background from a conversation or something may have happened before the call. The script supervisor says, okay to the 911 operator, then goes on to speak to somebody in the background, said, this effing AD that yelled at me at lunch. Did y'all see him at lunch yell at me? He's supposed to check the guns. He's responsible.
He's supposed to check the guns. He's responsible.
Okay, now they blaming each other. I think they talking about the assistant director. The AD might mean the assistant director was responsible for checking the guns to make sure that it wasn't no live rounds inside of it. Now watch this.
Headline is now reporting that there had been a recent accidental discharge of the prop gun on the set. And the LA Times is reporting that crew members walked off the set just hours before the shooting. One crew member was reportedly complaining about gun safety.
Okay, so that's crazy. So according to them, before the shooting, it was already a problem that one of the guns may have been a live round in that, which made some people walk off the set in fear of them not having proper gun safety. Only for this to happen again. Who the hell is loading these guns with these live rounds in it then? That's crazy. If it already happened before the shooting and it happened again and somebody was actually shot, that right there, somebody going to jail. That's reckless as hell. Did y'all hear that? Look what he said.
Is now reporting that there had been a recent accidental discharge of the prop gun on the set.
An accidental recent discharge of the prop gun on the set.
And the LA Times is reporting that crew members walked off the set just hours before the shooting. One crew member was reportedly complaining about gun safety.
See that? So somebody going to jail.
Tim Clementi is a Hollywood technical consultant and former FBI special agent.
Now watch this.
So Tim, on a legitimate movie set with safety protocols when you're dealing with a prop gun, what would go into something like using a gun during the filming?
Pay attention to this man, how he talk, man, what he say. This man gonna say some of the dumbest things. Listen at this.
The first thing, Jesse, is always the safety rules. There's 4 rules of firearm safety that you follow with any gun. Treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Never point a gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Never put your finger on the trigger unless you're willing to kill or destroy. And always be aware of what's in front of, behind, and around your target.
Listen at the gun safety that this man just said. Pay attention to this, y'all. Listen at that. And keep in mind, this is a former FBI person. And he's showing you in so many ways how cops is trained to murder and kill. Listen at this.
See, is always the safety rules. There's 4 rules of firearm.
Listen at the safety rules. The 4 rules of firearm. What's rule number 1?
Safety that you follow with any gun. Treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Never point a gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy.
Rule number 2. Never point a gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. This is what he's saying also should be the proper steps and procedure when on the set. and shooting movies. Never point your gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Wow. I don't agree with that at all. What is it that you don't want to kill and destroy nobody, but you just want to warn them to back off before you have to resort to violence as the last stance of action when you feel your life is in danger, threatened? But according to him, you don't pull the gun unless you're willing to kill and destroy. No warnings, just automatic. So in other words, according to him, if you're going to pull it, you might as well use it or don't pull it at all. Like you can't, like we don't know that in many situations, people's lives have been saved as a result of you pulling a gun and they getting the picture and either leaving, letting things go, or calming down as a result of seeing the firearm. But according to him, the rules of safety, the 4 rules of gun safety is do not pull your gun unless you're willing to kill and destroy anything that's in front of it. But he talking about these are the same measures they should have used on this movie set. So when he pulled his prop gun, even though he's shooting the movie, he should have had the intention to kill and destroy whatever was in front of it. Even though it was a movie. These people was retarded as hell. Okay, what's rule number 3, player?
Never put your finger on the trigger unless you're willing to kill or destroy, and always be aware of what's in.
Never put your finger on the trigger unless you're willing to kill and destroy. Never put your finger on the trigger unless you're willing to kill and destroy. That's the same as rule number 2. Don't pull your gun unless you're willing to kill and destroy, and don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're willing to kill and destroy. That don't even make no sense. Because I could have a gun. That don't mean that I'm willing to kill and destroy somebody because I pull it, or even pull my hand on the trigger, because I'm not willing to take your life. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. I ain't trying to kill you, but I will defend myself if I have to, if I feel my life is in danger. So I don't agree with those safety rules he's so-called breaking down and saying that these are the same rules that should have been used on the set. Do you hear this, man? Listen.
Safety that you follow with any gun. Treat every rules of firearm safety. The first thing, Jesse, is always the safety rules. There's 4 rules of firearm safety that you follow with any gun. Treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Never point a gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Never put your finger on the trigger unless you're willing to kill or destroy. And always be aware of what's in front of, behind, and around your target. All 4 of those rules were violated on that movie set.
All 4 of those rules are violated on the movie set. You hear that? All 4 of those movie rules was violated on a movie set. Because they pulled, okay, so how was rule number 2 and 3 violated? Because you said rule number 2 is don't pull the gun unless you're willing to kill and destroy. So that was violated. Rule number 3, don't put your hand on the trigger unless you're willing to kill and destroy, like rule number 2. He said those rules was violated on the set. So in other words, Alec Baldwin, who was using the prop gun in the movie to shoot a scene, didn't have the intention to kill and destroy because the person was accidentally shot. The person was accidentally shot because somebody put a live round inside him. Then he said rule number 3 was violated also because he put his hand on the trigger, not willing to kill and destroy. Even though a person did die. But since he didn't have the intentions on killing somebody, he violated that rule also because the killing was not intentionally, it was accidentally. It was accidental. Come on. Is you listening to these people? That's terrible. And whoever loaded that gun, it just seemed like it was something I have to believe that was purposely did. Whoever did that purposely did that and may have been sabotaging that set. I don't know if they had money owed. I'm just speculating here, but that just sounds like something that was set up and staged. It do. It really sounds like something that was set up and staged. Because according to them, it happened earlier and people walked off on the set. So how do you got a prop gun that's supposed to be fake and not loaded with no real bullets, end up having a live round in it before, then hours later, when it's reloaded again, it got another live round inside of it. That's intentionally. That's intentionally. That's sabotage. Whoever loading them pistols up know the difference between a fake bullet and a real bullet. And how do you get fake bullets mixed with real bullets? If you on the set, and because of their negligence, somebody end up losing their life. Because he firing the gun in front of the camera so it can be caught on record, so it can be seen. He firing the gun in front of the camera. So this is a straight on shot. They zooming in on him real close, and it's a live round in it. So soon he shoot it, it don't only hit the person in front of the camera, it may went through it and hit the other person behind them. Yeah, somebody going to jail and getting arrested and charged too as a result of this. And now they got to play on that man's conscience for the rest of his life because he the one pulled the trigger. Somebody apparently set him up, knowing he would be the one to do it. So they set him up. Now he got to live with the fact he killed somebody for the rest of his life. They're terrible. That is terrible. Prayer goes out to the families of those people, to the person who lost her life, and the other person that wounded. That's terrible, man. Just reckless negligence on every level. Somebody definitely getting arrested if they haven't been charged already. That's stupid. That was stupid. Anyway, man, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's the question. It's yours. Hit the link in the description box. Subscribe to Battle Truth. Join the Patreon if you ain't a member of the Patreon.